Making your own movies is growing in popularity, and fortunately for us, Colin Smith from Adobe is here to share with us new ways to make movies with Adobe Premiere Elements 3. Colin, sup, baby?
What's up, Steve? A lot of easy movie making in Premiere Elements 3.
Now, traditionally speaking, for the average person to go about making their own movies using Premiere Elements, it was a great application, but they had to work the way that editors like here at our TV station work. It was not really the easiest process.
So we've gone in, we've cleaned up the interface, uncluttered it, and given you a new way to work called a scene line.
Okay, that's the basis, is this new interface, this new navigation system. Let me see it.
So I'll show you the old one. Down on the bottom right, scene line is what's on by default, but timeline is what some people might be used to.
Looks familiar.
Yeah, and most of the time people spend going into a clip, zooming into that clip, and then editing the clip, zooming out, finding another clip, zooming in. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it took a lot of time to navigate your way through.
Exactly. So with scene line editing, which I'll turn on right over here, you'll notice that I have a program window that has a little timeline in there. If I click on one of these scenes down here represented by one image, you'll notice up at the top, it will zoom right into that same clip.
Now, is that editing right there in that window now?
Right in this window is where you can edit.
See, now looking at this software, traditionally speaking, I would say that would have been a preview window. I would have been previewing something that I was editing down below, but now I'm editing right there. It's kind of like WYSIWYG. It's kind of like desktop publishing.
Yeah, it is. It is. And in fact, it even gets better. We have one monitor window, but when we're trimming two clips, we need to know the end of one clip and the beginning of the other.
Yeah.
Watch this. When I grab the end of a clip, I immediately get a window.
Automatically splitting the window.
Yeah, it shows me that trim, and when I let go, it gets rid of it.
Oh, so you're doing all the edits right within there. Very nice.
Exactly, and I can zoom out, click on another clip, and it's going to zoom right into that area for me.
Okay, so a whole new interface for us to work with.
Very, very simple. On the upper left-hand side, we're either doing one of two things, editing the movie or creating the DVD.
Okay.
So we got rid of a few of the buttons, and when we're editing the movie, we have some choices in here to use our available media, or we can bring stuff in from anywhere. From not only camcorders, but also from cell phones, from DVDs, unprotected DVDs, the MOD file that comes from some JVC cameras, still images, songs, CDs, anywhere.
So pretty much any file format that's a video format, you're going to be able to import and edit.
And audio and stills, too.
Okay.
You drop them in and edit them.
Okay.
We can also connect to our camcorder right here, and we've got a capture window where we now support HDV, which is that big format. Looks beautiful. And stop motion, so we can support making your own little stop motion animations.
So you can set up your own little claymation studio.
Exactly.
Okay.
We can drag and drop effects on here too, and I'll show you this one effect called a page curl. So let me jump to a certain clip here, drag page curl right from the left-hand side. You can see a thumbnail right onto our editing window, and immediately I can turn on the controls and edit this page curl.
Oh, wow. Because you used to have to take an effect, put it down onto the timeline, render it on the timeline to take a look at it, and then see, and then make some tweaks. It was a cumbersome process.
Yeah, and this is real live video playing over a three-dimensional page curl.
Oh, look at that. It's even video on the backside.
Exactly. I could use this for titles and peel a title on or peel a title off if I wanted to.
That is very nice.
Great ways to add text, make freeze frames, and all of that stuff.
It's all built in.
But now we want to share this.
Yes. Yes, because what's video if you can't share it with the world?
Exactly. So you can jump right to this big Create DVD button here and start to make your own DVD. We ship with a whole bunch of brand new, wonderful templates. These are the menus that are going to be part of the DVD you'll see on your television.
So when you burn a DVD, somebody puts it in their DVD player, they get a nice professional looking menu and good navigation through so they can jump around the DVD.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose any of these, and if you don't like it, you can just simply drag and drop a different one. So I'm going to use red leaves, simply drag it from the left-hand side, my DVD templates, right into here, and Premiere Elements is going to say, hey, you don't have any chapter markers in there. You want me to put them in? And I'll say, no, we'll put those in manually in just a second. I'll click
Chapter markers are different points that we can click on within our DVD to jump to different points in our movie or to jump to different movies.
Exactly. So here is our menu, and you notice that we just have a play button. We don't have any scenes yet. So I'm going to add some chapter markers. The Premiere Elements is so smart that it knows I need a second menu to hold those buttons. So I'm going to come down here and click on this one button that says Add DVD Scene right here. Immediately, I get a dialog box asking me to name the scene. I'm just going to leave that as is. But you'll notice up in the top, it's created a scene menu and added that button in there for me.
And it's using a shot from the very beginning of that clip as its marker.
If I add another one, it adds another button right there behind. If I add a third one, it's going to add another one.
Okay, now this is pretty important. You're doing all of these scene markers right in the timeline in this particular case,
Exactly.
but you're doing it right in the same software. Now in the old days, in the not so long ago days, we used to have to make our video, then we'd export our video, then we'd open another application and we would build our DVD. We would import all of the different elements, we'd start to build the menus, and there were good software for building the menus and that sort of stuff, but then if we needed to make a change, we had to go back to the original application, we had to re-encode the video, re-export it out, and it was really frustrating when you were in the last days of a project and then you found a mistake in the video in the final proof and you had to go back and edit it and kind of go through. It was frustrating.
I'll show you how easy it is now, Steve.
Okay.
Edit movie. Click on the edit movie button. I'm editing my movie.
You're back in there.
Back to DVD. I have no restriction at all with editing the DVD or recutting my movie.
There you go.
Let me show you a quick preview of this. When I click on Preview DVD, it shows me my menu, and you can see that I've got both of my buttons ready to go. I can jump right to scenes, right to scene 2, and there she is jumping up and giving a kick.
Ee-haw.
It's that simple.
Wait, now where was that parade?
That parade was in the little town I live in Rockwood, Ontario.
The big Rockwood Parade.
Yeah. We can also export in other formats. Not everybody wants to deliver a DVD. We've got these little pocket devices where we want to take our videos.
Yeah.
So we can choose export to DVD or to MPEG 1 or 2, Adobe Flash, QuickTime, Windows Media. Let me show you this one, Adobe Flash, because there's a few other formats hiding in there. Flash Video, iPod, Mobile 3GP for phones, and PlayStation Portable.
So the whole idea is you edit your video and now you've got multiple distribution medium. You can put it onto a DVD to share it with your family and friends, but if you want to upload it to the web for people to look at, you have that choice. If you want to do your own podcast, this is going to give you the ability to produce it in a variety of different streaming formats for podcast. Flash video is really important. I notice it's really growing in importance because it allows you to see video on the web in a web browser without opening a separate window. That's a real key that a lot of web developers are really compelled with.
Yeah, definitely. And there's even more controls. You could have variable bit rate, 2-pass in here. So if people want to get crazy in how they compress stuff, we've got all that power in Premiere Elements 3.
Just stepping back to creating a DVD for a minute, it does do dual-layer DVDs as well?
Sure does.
So you can do larger volumes, bigger movies.
Yep. And it'll even burn to a folder because maybe your DVD burner is on a different computer. You can move that over and burn it over there.
One last question, and that refers to developing the skills to do this, because we all don't have video editing skills right out of the box ourselves. Now, one of the strengths of Adobe has always been the excellent training programs available, built around the Photoshop training in night school, continuing ed. What about this application?
Yeah, we're starting to see places train in both Photoshop Elements and Premiere Elements.
So check your continuing ed, your night school courses, and develop the skills if you can.
Oh, man, it's a ton of fun, Steve.
It is a ton of fun. Thank you very much, Colin Smith, for joining us. And you're going to want to stick around because we've got some more Dotto tech right after this.
Want more information about the items we highlight on the show? Then make sure you drop by our website at dottotech.com. You'll find details about the products we cover, episode descriptions, and lots of cool features.